Are you ready to sleep? You brought your pillows, you brought your sleeping bags. Not the topic that really anyone wants to talk about. Data. We all know it exists, we know it's there, we know it impacts our life, but really, do we care? Do we really care about the data that we have? Yeah? The data about me as an individual, what I do. Can anyone tell me what record was broken on Monday this week? Does anyone know what Monday was? Cyber Monday. Does anyone know what happened in the US on Cyber Monday? They broke $6 billion worth of sales on Monday. I was one of those people. I didn't buy $6 billion worth of stuff, trust me. I hope not, because my credit card is going to be a problem and my wife will tell me off. But hopefully, my wife will be happy with me because of big data. Companies like these use data all of the time. I spent at least 2 hours on my tablet, my phone, my laptop, anything I could on Monday to buy what I thought was what my children and my wife wanted. And do you know what I loved about data? It made it so easy for me because Amazon told me what to buy. My wife will be happy on Christmas Day, not because I'm a thoughtful husband, but because of some clever person in some office in Amazon has told me that because I bought X, I should buy Y. And you know what was worrying? They were right. So hopefully my wife will be happy. My children may not be so, because as you know, fathers we know, we get it wrong. But data tells us. Data for microfinance. So I've been given this challenge of what do we use data for in our industry and the way in which we do our business. So Vision Fund runs 32 microfinance institutions globally. We serve over 1 million customers. We benefit 4.4 million children today. By 2020, we want to serve 3 million clients, 12 million children. How do we do that? And on the presentations we've heard thus far, how do I make sure that the business that we do, the services we provide, the things that we integrate, interact with and supply our customers are the things that they want? I'm never going to be Mr. Amazon. My clients will not look up on a website and get told what loan product they should be taking. But rather, we should be taking our data to understand our business, what we do, why we do it, and how we can be better at what we do. Let me tell you our current problem. We're no different than any other microfinance institution in the world. Our data is based on paper in multiple branches around the world. And for me to get that data, to understand that data, to process that data, and to do something proactively with it is nigh on impossible because of that. I'll give you an insight into my headache. I have 32 MFIs. I've got 19 core banking systems. I've got 18 general ledgers. I have 3 MFIs that are using tablets. Everything else is that. How do I understand my clients, my business, what their needs are? How do I proactively do something about that? Not just at the local level, not just at the country level, not at the regional level, but globally about what we do. Vision Fund is part of a bigger organisation. We're the financial arm of World Vision, one of the world's biggest NGOs, operating in 100+ countries, doing everything from water, finance, education, all of the processes that a good NGO will do. And how do I know that my client not only gets the financial services products they need, but it gets the support, the education, and all the other products that we, World Vision, can bring and make a change in someone's life? So as I said, by 2020, we want to serve 3 million clients. We want to impact 12 million children. We want to eradicate extreme poverty. How will we do that when everything we have is paper-based? Let me introduce you to someone. This is Edward, King Edward, as he's known. Seriously, his name is King Edward. He has deigned himself a king. He has 10 acres in just outside of Arusha, about 60 kilometers outside of Arusha, and he sits on his throne every day. I met him for the first time 2 years ago. Didn't speak, didn't want to talk to me, and after 3 hours in the field, I could not shut him up. He wanted to tell me everything he knew, not just about his life, but my life. You can't see, but right here at the back of his chair, he's got a small transistor radio, and he listens to the BBC World Service every day. He blew my mind. I met him with my preconceived ideas of what a client, what a poor rural farmer is about, and I had my expectations of him, his ideas, his behaviours, and what he would do. He spent nigh on an hour debating with me whether Mrs. May was correct about the exit from Europe and what we would do about it. A poor farmer in Tanzania wants to debate with me Brexit. There is something wrong with that. But he had data and was using it. He sat there and used his transistor radio as an input, not just into his life, because he listened to the weather and knew what was happening with his farm, but he had a bigger picture of the world in which he lived because of a simple access to data. And it changed his life. And fundamentally, it has changed my life. That small transistor radio has changed my approach to our clients and the data and the preconceptions we have about our clients, because one man in Tanzania listened to data. And there is the challenge that we have. So as I said, we have 32 MFIs globally. We've got 1 million clients. We've got a $650 million portfolio. How do I understand that? How do I change our product, our processes, our behaviours, our business to the challenges you both have given me about the way in which we do microfinance? And that's the question. Edward is the coordinator of his group in this village. This village now have a group of 10 borrowers because Edward got involved, took data and worked it with his group. He has changed the life of his fellow villagers because of a relationship with us and the products he uses. So if he can do it, there was the challenge to me and to Vision Fund and what we do. So we took a moment and we stopped and we tried to work out what can we do to manage data. Does anyone here want to work through 1 million client files? Can you imagine that? 1 million client files. And you go through every piece of paper to fully understand that client. I can tell you right now, King Edward is not the paper file that you saw on that desk. King Edward is more than that paper file. The data about him is more than that file contains. Going back to the Amazon experience on Monday, it is scary for me to think that based on my behaviours and what I have done, that through my sales and purchases throughout this year, that Amazon knew me and my wife better than I knew my wife. That's scary. That somebody somewhere has built an algorithm that can tell me of what I should buy my wife better than what I know for myself. And yet that's powerful when you think about the impact that can have. So, knowing King Edward, knowing that challenge, knowing the issues that we had with data, we decided that we needed to do something about the way we manage our business. So this performance management challenge. So this was as much about us, as much about the client, as much about the theory, and as much about the reality. We wanted to really know and understand who, what, where, why, and what next. Customers. You've heard it already. Customers are absolutely fundamentally critical to the activities that we do as a microfinance institution. As part of World Vision, we say that the beneficiaries, those people we seek to serve in our mission and vision, are fundamentally the people, the focus of what we do. But making sure that when they have access to products and services, as you say, is critical. As a financial services provider, we need to make sure that we know and understand that. How do you do it across the bank? So I have 32 MFIs, 19 different systems, 7,000 people. I can tell you right now, not only is no country the same, but most of our branches are not the same in the way in which they do their business. So how can we even begin to get our head around that concept and begin to be able to make sense of it, do something with it, and improve for the better? You've heard a lot about technology. Means to an end. It's the buzzword. We all want to see innovation. I can tell you right now, the challenge for me is not innovation. It's my basics. It's the things that we take for granted, the simple things in my business. How do I interact with a client? So my relationship managers, my loan officers, how do they meet with, speak with, spend time with, understand and support and serve a client? And then how do I take that knowledge and experience and apply it through my value chain? And that's the challenge that we faced. So we decided we needed to measure. We decided we needed to monitor. And we decided we definitely need to manage. I'll let you into a secret. When I joined Vision Fund, I was scared. I joined mainstream finance. I came into microfinance. I was told it was completely different, and the honest answer is, it is, and it isn't. I was amazed at what we had. I was amazed at what we didn't have, and I was amazed by the challenge that we gave ourselves. But we said that we wanted to do those three things: to measure, to monitor, and to manage what we did. We went through a process. For about 12 months, we evaluated the fact that we needed a global data repository, reporting and analytics platform. We didn't want to just do this in one country. We just didn't want to pilot this in one branch. We wanted to get grasp of our business globally, to understand what we did, and heaven forbid, actually learn from an MFI in Asia and apply it in Latin America. Learn what a loan officer does in Africa and apply it in Eastern Europe. Heaven forbid we would actually know and understand our business and our clients and apply that. And we went through a process and we appointed a vendor called Bank BI, represented here today. Paul, I'll get him to put his hand up later. But Paul and his team have an analytics tool for us, a warehouse, a reporting tool that gives us the ability to take data from all 32 MFIs, bring it to us and be able to tell us what is happening in our business. As I speak to you today, I can see the operational and financial activities of 4 MFIs on a daily basis right now. I can see the activities of another 12 monthly, because I have accurate data. And the balance of my organisation will come onto that very quickly. So I will have insight into my entire organisation, my clients, my portfolio, my risks, my opportunities, my challenges, and all of those footprints in a way that we have never been able to do before. But one of the things we've been really focused on is this fact that we did not want to make this me-focused, organisational focused. We wanted this to be about the client. So when you look at the reports, when you look at where we want to get to as far as the design of this data process, it's about understanding truly what happens at grassroots. We want to know what a loan officer is doing, where he's going, the clients he serves, why. We want to be agricultural focused. We want to be 70% in those places where most microfinances will not go because of cost. We will use tablets, we will use technology, we will use all of those pieces to get there. But when we get there, we need to know and understand our business. And that's why data for us is key and critical. So in conclusion, I'm going to say it's this. We have a big picture, a demand for our organisation. Our big picture is we want to know and understand our business, top to bottom. But as with all good pictures, pictures are made up of pixels. And pixels for us are these. Every client that we serve is a pixel in our picture. Every client that we understand helps us design our products, our services, our business, helps us to challenge the norm as what it is right now. And the point of data for us is not just simply to keep the smart whiz kids happy. It's not a management tool or a reporting exercise up at the global level. It's about how to take our product, our services, the things that we do within Vision Fund and across the World Vision umbrella overall to serve those clients. That's why we think big data, and the use of reports in that way is a game changer.